Hey guys, welcome to Bryant's Band Cave. So today's another episode of Favorite Toys, and I'm continuing on with some of my favorite Transformers. And this guy was a big part in this movie, the Transformers movie as well. I mean, I've talked about Unicron. I believe that was the last one I did of this segment. And so this guy is Ultra Magnus. Now we're moving over to an Autobot. This character, I believe he was introduced in the movie. I don't have recollection of him from the series. I mean, that was a long time ago, and it's been a while since I've actually sat down and watched the whole Transformers series from beginning to end. They were on TV, our TV, local. We had a retro Teletoon channel, and they were playing Transformers episodes, but they weren't really playing them like in sequence. They were just kind of playing random ones and repeats. But anyways, I don't think he was in any of the. I could be wrong. I know my buddy Retro Nostalgic Nerd would correct me on that one. But anyways, yeah, this guy I always thought was cool. I don't think this was my original one though. I did have him when I was a kid, and after the movie came out, there was a lot of these figures that from the movie. Because, that's what they did in the movie. In the original cartoon movie, they killed off a lot of the characters so they could introduce all these new ones, create a whole new toy line, and then sell the crap out of them. So this was one of the ones, I believe I got him. And it's funny enough, but I did not have a lot of the original G1 Transformers, which is the first generation Transformers. I didn't have a whole lot of them. I had like a few. I had like Skywarp, and Megatron, but I didn't have a whole lot of other ones. I ended up buying a lot of the ones that came out later. Well, I didn't buy them, obviously. They were Christmas presents and birthday presents and all that stuff, and the occasional one I would buy in the store. But the thing I liked about this one was I didn't have Optimus Prime. Now I do. I mean, I have a few of them. Obviously, this is Optimus Prime in his truck mode. This is a Generation 1 Optimus Prime. This guy, he's similar to Optimus Prime, and you wouldn't say that by looking at him like this, but lo and behold, you pop his big head off, and you got this Optimus Prime looking head down there. I'm just going to transform this Prime I got here just so I can show it off. This one's a little tight. Can't get his legs down. There we go. But yeah. So you got the Optimus Prime head there, and you got his head here. Now, obviously, Ultra Magnus is a white head, so it's a little bit different. And the other thing is, he pops out of his chassis, his body, or whatever you want to call it, and he looks, well, he pretty much is identical to Optimus Prime. So, just going to transform both of them here. I don't know why this one's seizing up on me now. I'm always afraid I'm going to break them. There we go. So that's the Generation 1 Optimus Prime, and that's Ultra Magnus. I mean, they are pretty much the same all the way around. Same design, the same casting, So when I had this as a kid, I used to keep him out of that of this mode where he's Ultra Magnus, and I used to just pretend he was Optimus Prime because I didn't have him. And the cool thing is, like, I had all the fists and everything. I still have them. I have no idea where they are in my mess, but the fists, I do have them. And unlike my Prime, I don't. I mean, I picked this up cheap. I can't complain about this. I paid about $1 for this guy in a Goodwill. He came with his trailer, everything. He's got a little broken pipe there. That was another thing I noticed too, is the pipes are different. This was a re-release. This one came out, this whole guy here, came out a little bit later on. I think it was around the time, probably when the Generation 2 came out. I remember they started re-releasing them into the stores, and I ended up picking this one up just to have it again, because I didn't have my original. I lost a lot of my original Transformers when I moved, and so I mean, it just happens. But yeah, I mean, this guy's pretty cool. This part actually turns into his trailer, so you can actually transform him. I haven't really done that in a while. So I also got the extra fists here. Always happens though, you lose all the fists in these things. Lots of parts you have to turn around here. It's always funny if I can remember how to transform these things after many years of never doing it. But the thing I liked about the G1s is the older Transformers in general, was they typically were easy to figure out. Sometimes you'd have to like grab the manuals and stuff, but most of the time you could figure them out on your own. I believe he's supposed to be like a transport, you know, those trucks that carries other vehicles on it. So that's his trailer. You'd have him in truck mode, obviously, and you pull the trailer. And of course the cars can drive in on there, and he can haul people around. Whereas Optimus Prime, he actually just had a long trailer, transformed into a little battle station. But other than that, I mean, it wasn't really part of his body when he transformed. It just detached from him. Whereas this actually becomes his body. So, kind of a different concept. The thing is, though, you always have to have all these extra parts. So you got the hands, the fists, you got his fists. You have to pull all that off. Then you got the head you have to pull off. His Ultra Magnus has a different head. So you'd actually put it on his head when you're transformed into Ultra Magnus. The full-on Ultra Magnus, that is. Which again, I didn't really play with too often, because again, I didn't have Optimus Prime. Now in the movie, Ultra Magnus is supposed to become the second in command, which would eventually, after Prime's death, Prime wanted him to become the first in command. And so he actually does become the leader of the Autobots. Well, for a split second anyways, until Hot Rod takes over and becomes Rodimus Prime, which I do have over there. Another cool figure. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off because I always thought this guy was cool. I liked having you know, a fake Prime. And in some ways you could even call him a ghost Prime because he's, you know, looks all white instead of red. And maybe he's the ghost of Optimus Prime. I don't know. I don't think I ever played him like that. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to show this one off because I always thought that this guy was cool. Kind of neat. Even the trailer, which I don't think I've fully transformed properly. I'm close to it, but then I'm going to have to get them all back together again so I can put him back into his robot mode. But that looks kind of cool. Every time I see these type of trucks on the road, I always think of Ultra Magnus. Even if they're not blue and red, it still looks cool. He's a real cool character, actually. Voiced by Robert Stack, I believe, who did the Unsolved Mysteries. He's been dead now for quite a while, but still, I mean, there you go. Anyways, yeah, that was just my favorite toy. I just wanted to show off as one of my favorite toys anyways, and I used to play with him a lot when I was a kid. What do you think about him? I don't know if you've played with Transformers or not, if you're a fan of Transformers, but even if you weren't, these were cool figures just to play with on their own. Even if you just kept them in their robot mode, or if you just kept them in their vehicle mode, you play with them with other toys. I mean, we always did that. I mean, you'd blend your Legos, you'd blend your Ninja Turtles, whatever you had together, and who cares? You just have some fun. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime and the movie, because the movie's just too cool. And I'm probably going to have to watch that again. I've seen it so many times, but it's always a great movie to just pop in and just watch. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later.